on your side.
Welcome to Davis Appliance and Furniture, where you can find the best deals in town. We offer new and used appliances, and we service what we sell. We offer no credit needed financing and delivery options to meet your needs. For the top brands and lowest prices in town, visit us at Davis Appliance and Furniture.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12, First at 5.
2 weeks into the new school year, and now one of our local districts is shutting down for the next 2 weeks.
Burke County Schools announced today students will be out until the 30th because of a surge in COVID cases.
Sloan O'Cone live outside the Burke County High School right now. And Sloan, you spoke with parents this afternoon. What do they have to say about this development?
Well, parents say that they feel like the school did not do their most important job, keeping their children safe. And as of Friday, the school had over 40 new positive COVID cases. Students were not required to wear a mask, and they had no options for virtual learning. Now parents are frustrated. They say that the school did not tell them about positive cases in their kids' classes. Instead, other parents had to tell them. They called and left messages, but today's announcement to shut the door for the first time they heard from the district. Because of this, Tanya Burke says her son ended up testing positive. Now, their superintendent is meeting with her team to talk about the future of virtual learning plans, athletics, and other extracurriculars. Students are supposed to go back to school on August the 30th.
Sloan O'Cone reporting there for us live from Burke County High School. Certainly some frustration on campus there today. Thank you, Sloan. So checking the local case numbers for you now. 5 children in the Children's Hospital of Georgia with COVID. One of them, they tell us, is in the ICU. Hospitalizations are up again. 291 people in Augusta hospitals with COVID today. University Hospital with the most COVID patients right now. They added 2 more patients since yesterday. For perspective, out of their 100 COVID patients, 6 were vaccinated. None of those vaccinated patients are on a ventilator or in the ICU. In Georgia, cases climb for the 3rd straight day. There are 5,000 new COVID cases in the state in the last 24 hours. Richmond County with 697 cases over the last couple of weeks. Columbia County reporting 450 cases in that same time period.
In South Carolina, today saw the highest daily. All right, thanks for that, Anthony. Students head back to school Monday in Aiken County. We spoke to Aiken County School Superintendent King Lawrence today. He says the 2 biggest goals he has are to make sure kids wear masks and as many kids as possible are vaccinated to prevent cases from rising.
We put measures in place like air purifiers in all of our classrooms. Our cleaning and disinfecting schedules are more robust than they have been in the past.
Dr. Lawrence says football games will be at 70% capacity. He's also encouraging you to wear your mask and make sure you social distance. If you are looking for any last-minute school supplies, there are some opportunities for you to find some this weekend. Tomorrow there's a back-to-school bash in Augusta. It's at the Diamond Lakes Library from 10 to 4. When you're picking up supplies, they'll also have free information on community resources.
Some South Carolina teachers and parents want government of changing that law. Charges have officially been dropped against Paul Murdaugh in a deadly boating accident from 2 years ago. Paul and his mother were part of the well-known Murdaugh family when they were murdered on their property in June.
Yeah.
This surveillance video was captured near the New Day dock in Beaufort. You can see Beach here walking with her boyfriend. Also pictured friend Connor Cook, who made the 911 call that night, and Paul Murdaugh, who appears to be stumbling. Beach exits the frame last, seen smiling and laughing. The video was taken at 1:13 a.m. on February 24th, 2019, about an hour before the crash.
What bridge is this? Oh, what bridge?
911, where's your emergency?
We're in a boat crash on Arthur Street. We have someone missing.
These are the frantic moments just after Beach went missing. Connor Cook made the desperate call to police after they say the group of 16s crashed into the Archers Creek Bridge that leads to Paris Island. You're listening to Beaufort County 911 dispatch calls just before 2:30 a.m.
Please send someone.
No, we're calling, okay? And then, well, who's that in the background?
There's 6 of us and 1 is missing.
Okay, who's missing?
Female Mallory Beach is missing.
Dispatch calls also paint a picture of Mallory's final moments.
They were driving at a high rate of speed in the water in a boat. Female was sitting on her boyfriend's lap. They hit the bridge. She is now missing.
The front left side, which would be the port side, the driver's side, is split open from the nose all the way 6 foot back. There is a 6-foot gash where the boat actually came apart at the seams.
DNR officers took these photos aboard the boat the next day, showing coolers filled with drinks still on ice and empty bottles and cans left behind. Hours earlier, surveillance footage shows Paul Murdaugh buying alcohol, police say with a fake ID at a Parker's in Ridgeland, South Carolina, and then ordering another round at a bar, Luther's Rare and Well Done in Beaufort. After the crash, 4 of the 5 teens were rushed to Beaufort Memorial Hospital. A nurse stated Paul Murdaugh was, quote, only wearing boxers and that he was grossly intoxicated and belligerent, adding that he appeared to be, quote, the most intoxicated and uncooperative of those involved. The hospital took a blood test from Murdaugh around 4 a.m. that showed he had an ethanol level of 286 milligrams per deciliter in serum. The Mayo Clinic Laboratories website says it converts such numbers to BAC by moving the decimal point over 3 places to the left. That would mean just about 2 hours after the crash, Murdaugh's BAC sat at 0.286. That's more than 3 times the legal limit. Mallory Beach's body was found a week later by another boater a few miles away in a marsh near the Broad River boat landing. The coroner's office said Beach died from drowning and blunt force trauma.
So Beach's family has a civil lawsuit against the Murdaughs. The case is, of course, still under investigation, but we learn a little more and more about that fatal night on the water, just in the darkness and what happened.
So tragic, and also to hear from the people that haunting 911 call made when she went missing.
They knew right away something was wrong. Moving on now, an Atlanta mom has filed a federal civil rights complaint after she says black children were segregated. Jamie Kennedy spoke.
News 1226 on Facebook for the latest up-to-date coverage near you.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
2 elderly women found dead in a submerged car.
For her family, for her friends, for her church family, it's going to be a great loss.
Friends say they were traveling home from Bible study.
But first up this evening, hopes for a school year back to normal are fading away as districts contend with keeping kids safe during yet another round of COVID.
Kids haven't typically been hit as hard, but now they're left vulnerable without being eligible for the vaccine. Today, 5 kids are hospitalized inside the Children's Hospital of Georgia, and we're learning one of them, sadly, is in the ICU.
Already this school year, 141 students in South Carolina have gotten COVID, and some local Palmetto State districts are not back in class yet.
They're not. Actually, most of them aren't. Georgia DPH has been tracking cases in school-age kids. Check out this graph. The green line, that is the one that tracks kids 5 to 17 years old.
And you can see the sharp increase right there to the right, which marks the beginning of August. So it doesn't reflect kids being back in school yet. The other spike is from last year.
Families in Burke County getting a message today saying students won't be going into school for the next 2 weeks. The district says they've had more than 40 new COVID cases in students just since last Friday.
School officials have not released a plan yet, so there's no word on whether kids will be learning virtually. But our Sloan O'Cone live in Burke County High School right now for the latest.
Sloan, how are those parents feeling?
Well, parents feel like the school did not do their most important job. They say that they feel like the school did not protect their students. Since Friday, the school has had over 40 new positive COVID cases. Students were not required to wear masks at school or on buses, and they had no option for virtual learning. Now, parents are frustrated. They say the schools did not tell them about positive cases in their kids' classes. Instead, other parents had to tell them. They called and left messages, but today's announcement to shut the doors was the first time hearing from the district. Because of this, Tonya Burke says her son ended up testing positive.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that staff members knew of this situation and they did nothing to inform the parents. That is not the way, that is not a school that I would want my child to represent. Don't get me wrong, I love Burke County High School, but they have to do better.
As of right now, their superintendent is meeting with her team to talk about the future of virtual learning plans, athletics, and other extracurriculars. And we'll be sure to update you whenever those plans come out. But as of right now, students should be back in the classroom on August 30th.
A lot of frustration today. Thanks for that update, Sloan.
Much more news ahead, but first a quick